Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Today we're talking about the Blizzard Anomaly 94. Awesome all-mountain ski here. It's very, very strong. It's a powerful ski, but it has some versatility to it as well. It's a little bit ability level dependent. I'd say like a more intermediate level skier is not going to find as much versatility here, but you put it on the feet of an expert and they can do all sorts of cool stuff on the Anomaly 94. And it's really kind of interesting how Blizzard has evolved these skis over the years. And by these skis, I basically mean that this is essentially the replacement for the Bonafide. The width of the Bonafide did fall kind of in between Anomaly 94 and Anomaly 102, but I think the Anomaly 94 is a little bit closer overall to the previous Bonafide. So when talking about progression of Blizzard's powerful all-mountain skis, I do think it's fair to consider this a progression from the Bonafide. And they haven't really ticked down the power at all. Maybe there's a tiny, tiny difference. This ski is maybe a little bit softer flexing, and it does have a little bit more of a playful shape that we'll look at, but it's still really, really strong, which I think is important for people to remember. And you see it reflected in the way that people respond to this ski in our ski test feedback. So for some skiers, they're gonna just say it's awesome and it's versatile and it's fun. For other skiers, you're gonna start to see some lower scores for quickness, some lower scores for playfulness, and I did see some written feedback that people wish it was quicker. And I would say those are generally the testers or the skiers that would benefit from a lighter, more agile ski. But if you want the power and the stability and you're willing to work a little bit harder, a ski like the Anomaly 94 is awesome. So True Blend wood core in this ski. It's a mixture of different types of wood. It's technically the True Blend all mountain wood core in here. And then we get 2 layers of metal as well. So there's a full sheet of metal underneath the base, and then on top of the base of the ski, or on top of the core of the ski, is another layer of metal that's basically broken up into 3 different sections. So there's a central strip down the middle, and then there's metal along the edges too, but they're not actually connected. There's a layer of fiberglass that separates those 3 pieces. So overall, if you were to add it up, it's 2 full sheets of metal, but the top layer is kind of broken up into different sections. So pretty cool. There is still, there's still a lot of metal in this ski, so you would expect it to be pretty heavy. This is a 182, and it's on our scale at 2,150 grams. So it's a pretty hefty ski, and that's a big reason why in some of our scores you see lower scores for quickness and forgiveness and maneuverability and stuff like that. So it's not to say that these skis are for everybody, but for the right skier, they're really, really nice. And then, pretty heavy and also pretty stiff. I would say, if anything, the Anomaly 94 is a little stiffer than the 88 and the 84, just a little bit more material, creating more of a stout platform there. Shape-wise, camber underfoot, and then we get a little bit more rocker in the tips and tails of these skis compared to those old Bonafides, and that helps a lot. It's not a ton of rocker. It's not it's not so much that you would notice like a huge increase in maneuverability. Definitely doesn't ski like a Rustler 9. It skis stronger. You feel the tail behind you a lot more than a Rustler 9. But it helps a lot. I think they've opened up a lot more versatility in these skis, and you can really point to the increase in rocker profile as the main reason why. We had a lot of different people on it in our ski test, several different really good reactions. I would strongly encourage you to go over to the ski test and check it out. Saw a lot of 9s for stability, a lot of 9s for edge grip, and you see a lot of 9s for overall impression too, but again, it's for certain skiers. And the consistent theme here is that everybody knows that it's really strong. It's it's just up to whether that's going to be a benefit for you or you're going to feel it more as a hindrance. You know, maybe you're still working on your technique, or you don't love skiing super fast all the time. Then you can get on a ski like this and you might just find it a bit much. But Mark in our ski test, he got on it and he loved it. And I'm paraphrasing his feedback a little bit, but you know, he kind of mentioned that it opened up more possibilities for him as a skier. It was very confidence inspiring. And then even Benny's he has a ton of experience in the industry, and he actually got on it and thought it was pretty quick and pretty agile. I think a key here is if you're looking for a little bit more quickness, if you do want to ski this thing off trail, don't go too long. I actually really like skiing this ski in a 176. This is the 182, like I said, but you don't lose that much power or stability going down a length, and you gain just a little bit of quickness. So just something to consider if you're looking at this ski and you feel like you're in between sizes, is it might make more sense to go a little bit narrower. So that's it. That's the Anomaly 94 from Blizzard. Great ski, super strong, really, really fun to ski. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we'll see you out there on the slopes.